And after that change the battery, I should maybe be ready. Let's have a quick look at this. Where are my Not quite, but we're gonna go with that. I'll probably turn that back round in a minute. In fact, I will turn that back round in a minute. Probably done that side, but it'll do. I'm hoping you can still hear me over the frying. It's that time of the day where I am now making horrible, shocking mistakes. I almost swore then, that's not good. Horrible mistakes whilst cooking. Again, not prepared, very unorganised, but we're going to get there. So what I'm doing, I'm going to get this going, and what I'll do, those will caramelise nicely, but because I cooked the sauce before, I'm going to pop it back in the pan to reheat it. Again, making use of those juices, that's a little bit better. Not as good as the last one, but it'll be a bit thicker, so a bit more of a, what's the word, a bit more room for error. That's fine. So it's beginning to caramelise nicely on top. I'm going to shove my chips in like there. Over again. That's a little bit better coloured that time, isn't it? Not perfect, but it'll do. And again, I'm going to use the same paste touch. That's pretty much done for me. So I'm just going to keep that burning. Meat. Leave that rest. Pop it in the microwave. Not actually to do anything with it, just to let it rest. And again, hello again, and a very, very, very simple, bit of camera issues, a very simple meal tonight. Again, it's all about cheap at the moment, cheap, quick, easy. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a brandy free peppercorn sauce. So that we're a rump steak, which at the moment, and as they're actually quite cheap, we're gonna, you could make your own chips, okay? Make your own chips, and I'm gonna make a simple meal with this, a simple burrito with chips, avocado, steak, melted cheese, and then on top of that, oh well, not on top of that, with that we're gonna actually serve a delicious, it's very simple peppercorn sauce, okay? So what I'm doing now, I've got two, I think called banana shallots, but I've got two shallots, and I'm just going to finally cut them. Doesn't really matter, we're not going for art here. Okay, just slice them as thinly as you can, and that is all you need really. The garlic, we're going to flavour the garlic, we're going to flavour the steak. Fry the steak, both sides, in a very crap cast iron pan, but it does the job, if I can get it right. Oh god, nearly took my nail off him. And then, obviously, because that's going to be flavoured with a bit of garlic, lots of butter in there, we're then going to obviously take the steak out when it's ready, medium rare. I do this by touch, to be fair. Hopefully it'll work tonight. Sometimes it doesn't, but hey ho, it is what it is. And then, whilst that steak rests, we're going to, what we're going to do, we're going to prepare very simple peppercorn sauce. Peppercorn sauce is incredibly easy, or this recipe is anyway, and okay, it's not true. I mean, people that know me know, you know, these are very quick, simple home cooked meals. Somebody decided to pull me up for my bolognese recipe. I think I insulted an Italian perhaps, but that happens. These recipes are just ideas, you know, they're not brilliant. Alright, I'm called a faceless chef. I kind of regret calling myself that sometimes. It was just something that wasn't in use, and I thought, because that's the idea, you know, I don't want to be seen on camera. Not that I have any particular issue with that, it's just that I'm not the star. Hopefully my food is, and if I can get anybody cooking or just making a couple of my recipes, which are relatively easy, okay, some aren't, but some recipes, if I can get people doing that regularly, then I'm a very happy person. Anyway, so what I've got about 2 tablespoons. I like quite strong, so I'm going to put a few more peppercorns in there. Just going to crush them slightly. Crush them slightly, release a lot of the flavour. Okay, and that's that done. That's the hardest part done. Now what I've done, I've preheated. I'm going to preheated. I'm going to have warmed a steak at room temperature. Okay, it is always recommended that you get your steak out, let it air. Okay, now I'm gonna get slated for this. Okay, my pan. Okay, I am going to use the juices that come off that, but I'm going to let that rest for good. I mean, it's a small piece of steak, I reckon about half an hour, and that's fine. So I've just taken that off the hob. Okay, now what I'm going to do, okay, I don't want it on the hob, but I'm going to whack that right down. I'm going to throw in my shallots, my garlic in there, that's fine. Now, I've left all chunks of garlic, people are going to go, but I'm going to be blunt, okay, my partner loves them, and they're seared and they're caramelised, okay, so they're going to be absolutely delicious. I'm not joking, the smell of those shallots is absolutely fantastic. Really delicious. In fact, it's remind me of once. I'm going to get some, get these sort of round shallots about that size, I think, and we slow cook them. I remember years ago having a taste of them and just slow cook them for a good couple of hours, and they turn into these soft, sweet little balls of delight. Absolutely delicious. So there's my, I'm just going to sweat them down a bit. I'm going to stick some chips on now. One day, I'm going to impress you all by showing you my chocolate chips. But at the moment, you know, like I say, work is extremely busy. So I am just shoving some chips on there. I've got some frozen chips on. That's my peppercorn sauce getting on there. I've got my steak in the microwave resting. On the side, just so you know, I've got 200 grams to about 200 mils of beef stock that I'm going to put in there. Cook that down a bit before adding my cream. So I can turn that up a little bit. I have turned the temperature down so that doesn't overcook. That can be whacked back up. So this is 9 minutes in and I'm wittering as I usually do. But it's almost there. Okay, what we're going to do, those are sweat down nicely. I'm just going to pour my peppercorns in there. There's my peppercorns. Stir that in. Let those spices heat up a little bit. Release some of that delicious flavour, that bite. And these little morsels of caramelised garlic delight with me some brownie points from the missus, if I'm honest. I don't know why I'm using that spoon. That spoon's terrible. Use this little sauce spatula. One of the biggest tips I can give, not that I'm a professional, I'm not, I am literally just a home cook, but use temperature. Before I started taking my cooking seriously, I was very much a jar of sauce man. I don't use jar sauces anymore, but you know, chicken curry with chicken with a jar of curry sauce, and everything would just be whacked at full temperature The minute you learn to control your temperatures, your food starts to taste better and better. So that's that done. I've got my peppercorn, I'm just going to just release that flavour. I don't need any salt in there, I will taste it for seasoning. I don't think I'm going to do it, but I'm going to add my beef stock. Okay. About 200 ml of beef stock, maybe a little bit more. I'm just going to whack that up now because what I want to do, I want to reduce that down so I don't mind it boiling away. Okay. Now personally I don't think that was a bad steak. I might be showing off a little bit, but it is what it is. Now usually I'd paste this on, but for the partner, she's just going to have steak, chips, and steak chips, bit of avocado, and a peppercorn sauce. Me, I'm going to burrito this mother. So it's going to have chips, melted cheddar on there, avocado, lettuce. We'll fold it round and serve it with a peppercorn sauce for dipping in. So that's all going well. What I can do is if I move over here a little bit, there we go, I'm going to half and core. Hopefully this avocado is fine. I think it is. It feels spring to a touch, yeah. Which one do I get? I'll give my missus a good half. I like that greenness. I think greenness, particularly when, you know, like me, you care about how your food looks. You really don't want a mangy, old, grey. I want to try and do this nicely. So what I am going to do is, ooh, that's actually coming off really nice for that. Hey, look at that. Not bad if I say so myself. I'm happy with that one. So, that, I mean, that's done. I'm just going to slice it and pop it on a plate, that's it. Let's see if we can make it look even better. I mean, if you're really going full keto on this, not that I am a keto follower or carnivore, okay, that'd be delicious with a steak, bit of fried egg, okay. That part's not wanting to play nicely. Oh dear, oh dear. I'll have that little bit, that's fine, there you go, job done. Back to our peppercorn sauce, which is still bubbling away. Still not quite as reduced as I want it, so I'm going to whack that right up there. I really want to see that down. The chips, all my partner's chips are coming on nicely. While that's cooking, I'm going to do my lovely little bit of tidying up. So I have got room, that's coming away nicely now, so all I need now is my double cream, if you can hear me. Just about standard double cream. This is all done by oh, did you see that? There you go. Oh no, there we are. Bog standard double cream. That's coming away nicely. Put that down. Nice. And there we go. In goes our cream. Now, I know people are going to whinge at me, but peppercorn sauce has brandy. I mean, first of all, I'm currently on a, what's it, a drink ban. But not touched a drink in, get on 5 months now. So that's part of the reason for not using brandy. But it's also an expense, you know. Cooking shouldn't be, and unfortunately in the UK it's been made that way, but cooking shouldn't be a privilege. Food shouldn't be well, sorry, let me rephrase that. Cooking and food shouldn't be only open to those that earn an income. You know, everybody should have access to food, everybody should have access to how to cook, know how to cook. And what disappoints me, I know for a fact, and I get it, I know that you could go to a supermarket now, and I know I could feed my family for £30, buy chicken nuggets, turkey freaking dinosaurs, frozen chips, bit of frozen veg, maybe some tins of baked beans, a couple of jars of sauce, Bob's your uncle a week's worth of dinners. But it's wrong, and admittedly, I mean, my shopping costs me a lot of money a week. But I reckon we're spending roughly each day now. I mean, my partner's a stay-at-home mum, so with her lunches, my lad's at home 3 days a week, lunches for him. You know, and we're spending roughly £20. You know, an average meal just post-COVID would have cost us maybe between 5 and 10. I'm now lucky if a meal for 4 is under £15, and so we are looking for cheaper alternatives, okay, or at least meals that can do more than one, okay. This is a bit of a luxury for us, but it's still within our budget, okay. I'm not saying don't feed your kids turkey dinosaurs, just let me restart. Sorry, the camera, for some reason it's set on a 20-minute timer, I don't know why, but it does. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, there's no harm, and I'm not here to shame. If anybody watches my 365 meals in 365 days shorts on Twitch, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, any of those, you know, I put some rubbish in my mouth. We have shop bought pizzas, okay. My kids do get chicken nuggets, my kids do get fish fingers, but I do sort of try to, you know, I mean, my daughter, being as texture led as she is and flavour, she loves a pot noodle, but if she's having a pot noodle, I'll make her eat some, or not make, sounds awful that, but she will eat some baby peppers, okay. So we do try ways of getting, so, you know, decent vitamins in there. Anyway, that's about ready now. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move this back a bit, excuse the horrible oven. I don't know why I'm doing that back, because it's not in the oven, it's not in the grill, it's in the microwave. So what I'm going to do here, nice and simple, that's looking nice, okay, and there you go. No, I don't know if anybody's like me, that part, that fatty goodness, is delicious, that is heaven for me. But there you go, that's going to be good. Dare I cut it? I don't know if I dare cut it, okay. I'm not going to cut it, I don't want to. Okay, I've got some frozen chips there. Okay. Chips are done. And what I'm going to do is we're going to geek pot it. Hands up if you know what these are. Okay. Costs about £2.50 a pair if you're lucky. Anybody who knows what it is will know why that's meant as a joke. Okay, so that's my peppercorn sauce done. Okay, that's looking beautiful. Okay, and what I'm going to do very carefully. Okay, so where was that? Yeah, I'm not going to cook this because the issue I've got is melted cheese is great, don't get me wrong. I want my steak, hopefully, medium rare, if not, medium, if I've managed to mess it up, which I do usually, but medium's fine. But the thing is, if I pop that then into a air fryer or onto a pan to brown it off and, you know, warm that cheese, it's going to overcook the steak, and I don't want that. Now, there's the argument that, you know, I could have melted the cheese beforehand, but nah, we will just do what we do. So, first things first, get some lettuce there. Where's my lettuce gone? I had more lettuce somewhere, I have no idea where it's gone. Okay. Gonna get, what do I do next? I'll do our chips. Okay. Yes, again, you know, I did say earlier, I would have done frozen chips. Sorry, triple cut chips are always nice, but you know, when you are tired, you know. There's my steak, so I'm just going to slice that up. Just slice that off camera. Don't slice it off camera Let's do it. You can see my horrendous kitchen. Okay, now this is telling you I did it earlier. Okay. Don't know if you can see that, but for me, that maybe just a few seconds over. But it's always difficult, particularly when you're buying cheap steak, because they're thin. They are thin, should I say. And, you know, you either get that bland colour on top, which I made a mistake when I try and do it in the air fryer, or you get that lovely caramelisation on top. But the trade-off is something that's delicious. It's something that's not perfectly. But, you know, you can see that. Absolutely beautiful. Perfect. Okay, so back to this now. Let's see if we can do this nicely. Okay, that's fine. Now the funny thing is, I've gone to all this effort, and the hardest part's yet to happen. And that's the rolling of a burrito. You can see why I went for two, because obviously one's just not going to do it. So I'm running out of places to cut things, and all I'm doing, if you want to know what I'm doing, I'm just making use of the other half of the avocado from earlier. Again, pinch cheeky piece. Now, I don't even know if this is going to work. I genuinely do not know if this will work. But we're going to go with it. Where's my burger? We're going to go with it. We're going to see if it works. It needs to be quick now, because everything's cooling down, including my sauce, and I want that dipping sauce in there. I might have to put a third. I really might have to put a third. Let's see how we do. Please. Not bad. It's getting there. No, I don't think I did a bad job of that. What I'm going to do, take that out. I need a big plate. I need this is just going to have to be poured on, I think. I made a mistake. Too much butter in that, but hey, it's still delicious. Okay. And what I will do, please give me the cross section. I am dreaming of. Sacrilegious and no chopping board. There you go. I don't think that's too bad. Let's get a better shot on that. Okay, we have our steak burrito, peppercorn sauce on the side, chips, lettuce, steak, which is pink, cheese, absolutely delicious. Same meal, two different ways. Leave a comment below. What do you want to see me make next? See you soon. As usual, don't forget, wherever or whenever you are viewing this video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe. Click links to the right to see some more of my beautiful, delicious recipes. Give that notification bell a ring to be informed of future content. And last but not least, comment below what's on your plates.